What's up? Good morning. It's good to be back. Sorry, I was running a little bit late, man. Had a little drop off of my son at middle school. Put me a little bit behind, but here I am, funky fresh in the flesh. Hello. It's good to be back in front of you, man. We got so many things to discuss. We're gonna talk a little bit of Rodney Terry today. you just Rodney is like, man, y'all ain't fixing to fire me. I don't know who you about to fire, but it ain't gonna be me. Rodney Terry hanging on for dear life. So we're gonna talk about Rodney Terry. I got a Ryan Wingo update for you that's gonna be kind of crazy. That's gonna be kind of crazy kind of thing. So I got that going for you as well. And Sandman said Obi fit to get a 25% tariff if they keep running late. Boy, we'd be out of business if that's the case, boy. Ain't that true? So there'll be that. And then what else is going on? I got some more things to discuss. I got plenty of information to get into y'all's hands. So y'all sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I did not get a chance to do the show yesterday. Didn't get a chance to do the show yesterday because my son he won a little award and at school. And so I think some of you guys may know that I'm a single dad. And if you don't know, I am a single dad, right? And so for all those people out there, they're like, where are the dads out there? I'm here. And so anyway, my son got an award at school. It's one of these things where it's like one of the kids in like first grade. I'm an old dad, by the way. But it's like a leadership award and doing all the right things. And they read these things, about him. And so all this kind of stuff, right? And so I had to go. I had to be a dad yesterday, right? So what they said is Titan's a great problem solver, but things don't go as expected. He's fantastic at pivoting and finding a way to work around the problem. He's always offering solutions to help our days go more smoothly. And I can tell you this much. When you ain't got kids, that sounds little to you. That's like the world. That's like getting an acceptance speech for a little 6 soon to be 7-year-old. So I got a chance to go there, be a dad with him, kind of celebrate him. But we back here. We back on the grind, man. So shout out to my man, Titan. Continue to do good things. Shout out to y'all, man, and shout out to everybody else who's out there. Shout out to my homegirl, South End Zone Queen. Y'all keep her in y'all's prayers. Unspoken requests, but y'all prayer warriors go out there and surround and cover her. And let's go ahead and talk some football. Let's get into football first. We'll get into RT second, right? Oh, y'all want to do RT first? We can do RT first. Bump it. We'll do RT first. And then we'll get into Ryan Wingo. Rodney Terry is like, at this point, saying, you know what? I ain't going out. I am not going out without a fight. Like, y'all might get rid of me. But what I'm going to do is make it as difficult on you as possible. Now, Chris Delcani hasn't come out, and Chris Delcani hasn't given Rodney Terry the, like, you're good kind of thing. Like, he said he hasn't done that yet, right? And he may not do it. It may not happen. We've seen Tom Herman dangle in the wind. And then at the end of the day, Tom Herman got fired, right? We saw it with the baseball coach, right? So he may have a person in mind. And we know this from Slosh, right? They already had that thing going. And then eventually they pulled the trigger, right? So he may already have the person that he wants. But if he does not, well, Rodney Terry's going to make it a little bit difficult on him because Texas pulls out just one hell of a game versus Texas A&M. Delcon has described that thing as a gritty game, and it was an absolute gritty game. And, there's a couple of times where they had those ups and downs, those flows, and I thought to myself, this might be it, one way or another. And just being able to go from one overtime to another overtime, Texas A&M's getting to the line, crazy calls on both sides, and for them to pull that thing out, first and foremost, for you guys as Texas fans, I don't care where you stand on the Rodney Terry issue, right? I know where just another fragrance reviewer stands on it, but at the end of the day, as a Texas fan, you got to tell yourself, "What's up, Nate? What's up, money?" As a Texas fan, you got to tell yourself, "Well, it was kind of fun for y'all to watch Texas A&M lose." Now you know that part, right? Y'all know that part is exactly what you was talking about, exactly what you wanted to see. You know whatever happens past that, cool. You could always say RT. At the end of the day, you gave us a dub against A&M 2 times this year, right? So we appreciate you for that. Whatever you do going forward, hey man, Godspeed. And I don't know when it's all said and done if this is enough. I don't know what the number of wins needs to be. I don't know if it's as simplistic as he made it to the tournament. I don't know if it needs to be simplistic as he makes it to the tournament and then wins a game or two. You know, you get to Sweet 16, now you're forcing everybody's hand at that point. Now you got all chips are off, all bets are off. And it'd be interesting though, because I was talking to, and it was interesting that I'm going through these text messages here. They said there's probably someone said it's about a 5.8 million buyout, and then another 20 million to get the staff, new staff, right? Question is, does Del County and Texas, do they love basketball that much? Grant, but just to do the buyout and buy a new staff when you're doing all these other projects that require money. You got the NIL that's going to require money. You got the bubble that you're trying to get for football that requires money. Like there's so many things that require money to all these fundraising projects. Do they love basketball that much? That much? To eat that kind of money? I don't know. I can tell you this much, man. Oh, and Blake, man, listen. I know that's RT's. That's his style. I don't know what's up in them little ass glasses, though. I'm not gonna lie. Everything else is cool, but them little ass glasses, man. RT, man, your head is big as mine. Like you need to have some glasses that you can see. I don't even know how you can focus. Maybe that's the problem. Him, Ryan Wingo, can't see. Because man, how you seeing out them little frames, man? Get yourself some big old frames like this, like me, the Malcolm X edition. That brother's thirsty, right? Get yourself some Malcolm X frames so you can see what's going on around the world, RT. Not them little ass kids little frames that you got off of Walmart. Like the RT went to the little kids section and got the little, he went to the optometrist and they were like, here's the Ray-Ban section and here's the other section. And he was like, oh, I like these. They're like, no, but RT, that's the kids section. He's like, but these glasses are dope. He's like, but that's the kids section. He's like, nah, I gotta get them. They're like, okay. I'm in a good mood today. So anyway, we're going to see what happens with RT. We're going to see what happens exactly, what he does. We'll see what happens today with the Texas men's basketball team as they play Tennessee at 2:30 today. UT versus UT. We gotta, so you gotta be able to pull that one off. He being A&M is great. I think they were the 5 seed. Tennessee's the 4 seed. Now you do that. And now all of us, I guess the things I saw yesterday, and again, y'all correct me. Y'all probably a lot more in tune to the basketball thing than myself. I'm kind of I watch it for fun, but you guys probably got more on it. Looked like everything said that Texas should be in the tournament. It be kind of one of those last teams in, but they should be able to get into the tournament based on the numbers. I imagine a win against UT will 100% seal the deal. So again, y'all know better than me. I'm watching. Like, I'll just be honest with you. I'm watching. I'm anticipating. It is going to be fun to see what happens down the line. So there you go with RT. I like chaos. I like chaos sometimes. Sometimes I like to watch some of the, some people like to watch the world burn. Sometimes that's just me. I just like to see what the hell happens. I just want to see if RT could just blow up everyone's plans and just make a run. Who was it? There was somebody. Who was it? There was. Oh yeah, Doc Texas. Doc Texas put out this tweet, man. Doc is funny too. I like him actually. Um, let me show y'all his tweet. It was really clever. I don't really get into those things that a lot of those guys do. Not get into, like, I understand I don't tweet like as a fan, but I can tell you what, I absolutely appreciate what he put out here. This is what Doc put out there. He said Rodney Terry in postseason games. I saw that this morning, and I ain't gonna lie, I laughed my ass off. I didn't see it last night. I saw it this morning, and I was like, "Oh, Doc is on one." He had some good tweets out there, and yeah, Tom Herman, he was 4-0 in postseason games. So anyway, let's get to the Wingo surgery thing. Now that everyone's kind of come in here and joining us, hit the like button if you have not. That's the reason why you listen to the show, right? I'm going to sometimes I just drop some things on you. So I was talking to some people this week. I think I told y'all I'm always on my phone. Like when y'all see me looking down, it's always because I'm always getting something, right? Or I don't want to miss something. They told me that Ryan Wingo had surgery. And I was like, oh, snap. What the hell? And I'm thinking, all right, is it an ankle? Is it a knee? Is it something happened to fingers, upper body, so on and so forth? And they're like, nah, not that. And I go, all right, so where are we at with this? What's going on? And they said, man, he had to have LASIK surgery. I said, LASIK? And apparently, Ryan Wingo has been pulling off a miracle of miracles. Because apparently, oh boy, couldn't see. Apparently, I had somebody tell me, I'm gonna tell you what someone told me as relates to that. They said, Wingo, unbelievable. He was a damn bear blind last year. A bear blind. He said he was bear blind last season. I had a couple of other people, tell me as they talked about it. Which, by the way, I guess I didn't know bears had vision problems. By the way, maybe I just didn't know all that, and maybe there's something else that's in there. But apparently, I had other people tell me that yeah, his vision was absolutely horrible. So I'm kind of like, wait, say what? His vision was horrible. They're like, this boy couldn't see. So I'm like, wait. Stop. Let's full stop this. Let's full stop this. Because I said I'm trying to understand. When you want, get someone tells you something, you got to make it make sense. I said, well, don't you, when you play high school sports, don't you have to get a physical before every year, right? Isn't an optometry exam a part of that? And I like get a shoulder shrug on that one. I'm like, okay, well, what about last season? They said, man, we had him tested before last season. So listen, one or two things have happened. One or two things have happened. Now this is just my logic and deduction, and this is not what I'm told. So that was what I'm told Now I'm gonna give you the Anwar addition to this, right? My thought process is one of two things that happen. Either, or maybe three. Either his eyesight for some reason rapidly deteriorated. Either he was, or somehow, some way, someone botched up the eye exam. Or three, my man was so used to working without poor vision that it was just natural, and he was just able to figure it out and navigate it somehow, some way, right? I remember when I was in school, I was in high school, and I remember, like, at some point, I just, you don't know certain things if you can't see it, right? And it just, certain things are just normal to you. And I thought it was normal to me to just not be able to see the blackboard that well, or chalkboard, or whatever we called it back then. We didn't have the whiteboard, we didn't have none of that. But I just thought to myself, man, that's kind of just okay. I can't see. That's just normal. I just thought everyone was like that. And then eventually it kept kind of getting a little worse. Like, then eventually clicks. I was like, man, I don't think I can really see. I don't really think I can see. And so I finally went to my mom, and I was like, "Mom, I can't really see." Now, my mom thought I was just being dramatic or wanted to get out of school or all these kind of things. I'm like, I'm just telling you, I'm struggling to see. And so eventually she takes me to the optometrist or eye doctor, and come to find out that my vision wasn't that great. So I needed glasses. Now my mom got me, these damn Medicaid Urkel glasses back then. So that was not fun. It was not cool. It was not cool. Urkel was hot back then, and my glasses resembled him, and I was skinny. And I felt like my mom did me a disservice. Would never done my kids like that. But in any case, we were in a bad place back then. we went from middle class to poor, so we was kind of going through some struggles at that moment. So we were on, food stamps and all the other kind of stuff. We eventually years got out of it, but at that time, the Medicaid glasses was just they were not good glasses, right? So, the first time I went to use food stamps, and I was so embarrassed. I was a teenager. I was so embarrassed. So I pulled the stamp out the book, and I thought I could spend it like cash. And apparently, when you pull the stamp out the book, you can't spend it like cash because you're supposed to be in the book. Some of y'all may not have no clue what I'm talking about. Anyway, I ended up messing up the cash, and then my mom damn near wanted to kill me because of that. So anyway, apparently what happened was, I'm going through some flashbacks of some really interesting things in my childhood. So apparently, what they started noticing during winter conditioning, they were like, this boy is dropping a whole lot of passes. A whole lot of passes. They're like, and so eventually they're having conversations with him. They're having conversations with him, and he's just kind of playing it off. And then eventually he has this kind of come to Jesus moment where he says, look, honestly, I can't really see the ball until it gets close to my hands. I really can't see the ball until it gets close to my hands. Mike Torres, you already know about that. Yeah. So it's bad. You take that food stamp thing out. Look, man, despise not humble beginnings. Like, we living good and eating good now, but I remember back then, man, it's crazy. So he says, I can't see the ball until it gets close to my hands. And so they're like, okay, look, this simplistically, you might need to go to an eye doctor, go to an optometrist. So that's what they do. They send him to an optometrist. And lo and behold, they find out this brother can't see. They're like, bro, you cannot see. Like, this is not good. This is bad. And so they made the decision that, the decision was made that he needs to get LASIK surgery. So that it becomes one of the craziest things, because if you think about what Ryan Wingo was able to accomplish last year, 29 receptions, 472 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and you think, damn, he couldn't really see that well. It would also make a sense too. And again, now I listen. This part I don't have, right. So this part is just you and me talking, right. So I'm just, this part is guessing, guesswork. But depending on things, it would make sense why he started off pretty hot. He gets 4 receptions for 70 yards against Colorado State. He gets 3 for 127 against UTSA. And then there kind of just is a lull, and we really don't hear much from him after, when it's all said and done. Couple of catches here, a couple of catches there. Texas is trying to get him involved in a game plan, but things aren't happening. And when it's all said and done, we come to find out, man, my man just had vision problems. Just crazy. So now I'm thinking to myself, now, he's missed some time in practice. Obviously, it's LASIK. This is nothing that's life altering or anything to that effect. But now you're going to think to your point to yourself, what the hell does Ryan Wingo look like when he can see? What does he look like when he can actually see the ball? Like, if you're Arch Mandy, you got to think to yourself, well, damn, thank you. I'm glad you got that. And so now you're going to have a Ryan Wingo with 20/20 vision, and who have much better vision than he had before. Man, it is crazy. But it's so crazy. But man, when you're young, man, you don't even think about these things. But he literally is in practice, dropping pass after pass after pass. And I'm not saying it all happens at once, right? I'm not saying it's like cray or like that. I'm just saying it's just happening day after day, to the point where the staff is like, what in the hell is going on with old boy? And he finally has that moment where he's like, look, I just gotta be honest with y'all. I can't see the ball until it gets close to my hand. And you got to think, yeah, he's a competitor. He's thinking, man, nah, I got this. Like, I'm good. I'm straight. Like, I'll my bad, coach. Imagine having vision problems and trying to track the ball. It's hard enough to track the ball when you can see 20/20. Imagine when you got vision problems trying to track the ball in the air, trying to run a deep route, go route, something to that effect, right? Even something simplistic as slants. I mean, all that. If it's just a big blur until it's right here, right? Where you're nearsighted, right? Which is me. Like, that's a lot of times you see me take off my glasses and like I look down because I'm nearsighted, but I don't want no bifocals or something like that. It's too much going on at one time. So that happened with Ryan. There's always something interesting that's going on. That is something interesting that's going on. So Ryan Wingo's good going forward. He should be good going forward. I'll tell you too, as relates to the receiver conversation. Thank you, Jared. It is a crazy ass story. I've heard that Dalen McCutcheon has been killing it so far in the winter workouts. There's 2 people that I heard that have absolutely been killing it. Dalen McCutcheon is a guy that I heard as relates to so far early going that he's been doing good. And somebody, I don't know who it was, and I apologize, because somebody asked me, I think last week, how the receivers were doing. I don't think it was Money B. I don't know who it was. And I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll find out for you. And I don't remember who asked me, but whoever it was, Dalen is doing really good. They really get high hopes for him. Could play the slot position. I was told that someone said this, like, he's listen, it's a direct quote. So you've got the kids around, Go ahead and lower me down a little bit. If you're at work and you're kind of blasting me, lower me down a little bit. Just lower me down a little bit. I was told, I'll say it like this. I'm told he's smart as sugar honey iced tea. You put those sugar honey iced tea, take the first letter of those, just in case y'all at work. I won't get y'all in trouble. But he's smart as sugar honey iced tea and loves to ball. And as relates to right, it was a super chat, Jerry. I know, right? It is rates to the young and the other guys like the Jamie Frenches, Lockett, Michael Terry. I was told that those guys are getting a ton of reps. And because they're going to probably need those guys to play this year, so they're just getting a lot of reps, working those way through. I've also still got a really good feel that, when it's all said and done, I think Texas is still good. The feeling that they're going to add one player as a receiver from the transfer portal when it's all said and done. We'll see what that looks like, but I know they have their eyes on just adding just some experience to that room. It's not going to be as dramatic as it was last year, where they're trying to get like 3 guys or anything to that effect. No, I think it's just going to be probably one. But so getting these guys a lot of reps, a lot of teaching going on right now. So there's a good feeling about the receiver room of where those guys stand. One, having a receiver, probably your stud receiver, knowing that he can see. So you start there, and then the young guys who are coming in as well. Those guys who come along as well. And then there was another person that I was told is looking good. And this one out of all of them kind of blew my mind a little bit. And the person that they say is looking really, really good in winter conditioning is Nick Brooks, the freshman offensive lineman. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was a little skeptical on the Nick Brooks thing. I'm not afraid to say that, because old boy was weighing about 385 pounds. He was listed at 385 in high school. And, in high school, they kind of juke the numbers in just a little bit. And often they try, guy is, 6 foot, but he's really like 5'10" and a half, right? And so I'm like, if you juking the numbers that way, then if you say old boy is 385, then he's got to be 400, right? You just said that just to be nice. He got to be 400. And I remember watching his film as a big dude, and I was like, okay, all right. I mean, you got to recruit the size, and so I get why you're going in that direction, but I kind of shoulder shrugged. I'm not gonna lie. And Nick Brooks apparently is doing the damn thing. He is now weighing, this is the crazy part. He is now at 350 pounds. 350 pounds. He was at 385 at one point. He is down to 350. Now, here's the crazy number. Here's the number that's crazier than the craziest of numbers that I'm going to tell you. He's also has less than 20% body fat, y'all. 350 and less than 20% body fat. People walking around right now at 210. Fellas are walking around at 210, 225 with more body fat than that. He has been really focused on his diet, his workouts. I'm told that he has really, this is another Torrey Becton production. This is just another Torrey Becton production. Like, you want to know why Steve Sarkisian is saying, you know what, Torrey Becton ain't leaving. I don't know who else. I don't know who's on my staff that's leaving. And some of y'all may go, but Torrey Becton ain't going. I can tell you that much. His ass needs to stay here. This is why. It's to be able to do these kind of body transformations, which is just sick. To go from that, I literally thought, he might be that guy that's eats himself out of being able to play college football. And now he's going to a person that is basically eating himself into being a person that they're looking on as a person who could be a person. I don't know if he contributes this year, but he'll definitely contribute sooner than later. That's for damn sure, right? And maybe he could be in the mix for the two deep, but they love him. They love him. And now listen, just so we're clear, these are workouts, right? So we haven't gotten into the football portion of things. Like we'll get into the spring, and then we'll get into this football portion of it. But for now, non-football, if he could, I'm told like if he can put it together in a football portion and show them like, oh yeah, just playing football on a college level that he's got that, then they'll take it up to another level to make sure he's more than ready to do what needs to be done. It's a Tory Beckton thing. Now look, it also clearly is a Nick Brooks thing, right? Then you gotta want it, right? You got the best trainers in the world. No matter, you gotta want it. So he's gotta want it, but he wants it, and then you get with a guy who knows how to get the best out of you. I don't know what's going on, Tory Beckton. I don't know Tory Beckton, part of the Illuminati. I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't know. He made a deal with the devil. Like I don't know what he's done to be so good at what he's at, and so good at his job. And I say that jokingly, right? Because he's good at his job because he knows what he's doing, right? It's a play on words. But and listen, I've asked, and they told me like there's been some other body transformations that are out there. Like we ain't gonna tell you all of it yet. We ain't gonna tell all of it yet. We'll give you a little. We'll give you one. We'll give you another one a little bit later. So all right, all right. I'll go ahead. And I'm fiending. I'll take it. I'll take my Nick Brooks, and they want to tell me something in another couple of weeks, in another month or so, something like that. Like I'll of course relay that information to you. But he's looked good, so you should definitely be happy with that. So, and no, Benji, he's not Sadir Mitchell. He might be in hell. He's not Devondre Sweat, which is crazy because I thought Devondre Sweat would eat himself out, but big boy playing, big boy balling, and so, but no, he's in good shape with an offensive line that. Look, if you're not going to the portal, you got to develop them. So you got to feel good about that. And kind of one of the last things I want to kind of make sure I talk to y'all about today on our Fiesta Friday. I don't know what y'all got planned for this weekend. I got some things going this weekend. Going out, wedding, going out with my girl tonight. Going out to that what's that was it a tower in San Antonio? I've never been to that restaurant up there. I'm gonna go. She and I are gonna go check that out tonight. She's been there before, but this will be my first time. And then we got a wedding to go to on Saturday, and then kids soccer on Sunday, and I'll be back on Monday. So, but of course, watching RT and the Texas Longhorns and all that entails with them. That's kind of on my weekend agenda. There's another one. I just wanted y'all to file away for the future. It's kind of a good note, kind of a positive note. I was also told that KJ Lacey has been just slinging that rock. Is what I was told he's been doing during winter conditioning, just slinging the rock. And when I say something like this, y'all, I want to make sure I'm careful, right? Because I don't want y'all to take it as that means that Arch isn't playing well or Trey isn't playing well and all those guys suck. Like sometimes these things are separate, right? It's just when you ask people like, hey, who's doing certain things, they're just going to tell you kind of in the moment. And so when I talk about KJ, it's not a poor reflection on anybody else. It's just he's doing really, really well. I'm told that he's been slinging it. I'm told that he's got tons of just precision passes. I was told that he's really has looked the part. He's got an incredible arm. They love him. They love him. And again, what does that mean when it's all said and done? I mean, KJ Lacey more than likely is still going to be your third string quarterback this season. So that part is not going to change, right? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But what it does mean is, as relates to KJ, that he's off to a really good start. Again, we got to get to spring ball, but those things. So those are kind of some of the things that I was able to kind of hear this week, um, kind of shaking some trees and keeping my ear to the ground. Good stuff about KJ Lacey, obviously the Ryan Wingo surgery. Nick Brooks is doing well. The receivers are doing well. I talked a little bit about defense last week, so I was getting a little bit more on the offensive side this week. And I'll continue to kind of shake those trees. And I may get some things maybe this weekend that maybe I'll be able to share with you guys next week. So I'm definitely going to keep working on that. So that's your updates. That's your Fiesta Friday. Again, I hope everyone does well. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope we see some Rodney Terry wins just for fun, just to throw off the universe. Like that has to happen. Oh man, get to Sunday. Texas gets selected. Even better. What if they win it all? You remember I predicted weeks ago. I said, watch. Rodney Terry's he's going to start winning in the SEC tournament. Like I predicted that because that's how life is and that's how chaos is. So, hey, good luck to the Texas men's basketball team today. Go beat Tennessee. Go be great, and then just f up everybody's plan. Hey, I already told you what I got planned for the weekend. So that tells you that I plan to live each day like it's my last, because one day it will be. It's no truer words have never been spoken. There are people who are going to wake up today and think they're going to go about their day, and it won't happen. And so live each day like it was your last. Go and call somebody, check on them, love on them, and then go out and enjoy your weekend. And most importantly, do something special for yourself. I'm serious when I mean this, man. No one's going to love you like you. So go out and enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Lord willing, I'll be back on Monday. Now, I'll be back on it, the good die young. I'll be back on Monday.